Alright, welcome to a video on medians in a triangle. So, some definitions. A median is the segment from a vertex that bisects the opposite side. Now, we're talking about triangles here. The centroid is formed at the median intersection. So, we're going to have a triangle which has three sides, which means that there's three medians, which means where all three of those meet, you have your centroid, which is not a transformer. So here is a picture of that. We have our medians in red going from vertex to the opposite side, and they are bisecting it. So bisecting, as you recall, means cutting in half. Then we have our centroid hanging out there in the middle where they all meet. Now there's some special properties that happen with our centroid. I'm going to call these centroid fractions. So each median is cut by that centroid. So we're going to call the whole median as x. The big piece we're going to call y. And the little piece we're going to call z. Because the centroid does not bisect the median, it does not do that, but it does have some properties here. So here are some formulas that you can use if you're trying to find either the whole median or you're just trying to find one of the pieces of that median. So x, the whole thing, is equal to y plus z. So if you add the two pieces together, you get the whole thing, which I'm sure you could figure that out. But this is where I kind of have to help you and give you some of this information. X is also equal to 3 times of z. So if you multiply z by 3, you'll get x. X is also equal to 3 over 2 times y. So if you know y and you multiply it by 3 over 2, you'll get x. Now y is equal to 2 times z. So you take z, add it together twice, or multiply it by 2, and you get y. If you just have x, and when you do 2/3 times x, that will also tell you y. Now z is 1/2 of y. So 1/2 times y gives you z. Or z is 1/3 of x. So you do z times 1/3 and you get your x. So I have this blank thing over here with some missing spots. Now if you were listening carefully, I did say some of these. But if not, I want you to go ahead, pause the video, and fill in these blanks using that chart over there. So go ahead, pause the video, and do that now. So there we go, I filled in the chart for you. Y is 2/3 of x, y is 2 of z, z is 1/3 of x, and z is 1/2 of y. And please recall that with my z's, I put a slash through them so you won't know that they are 2's. Because as you can see right here, my 2 and my z look very similar. So let's do some actual math with this. We're just talking about it now. Let's start putting some numbers in here and solving for our favorite x. So here we're going to solve for x. So we look, I have my median cut by the centroid, and I have the little piece and the big piece of the median. I don't know the whole thing. So the little piece is z and y. So I need to make y equal to z. So I look back, and I have two choices. I can either choose this one, or I can choose this one. It doesn't really matter, but I would like to choose this one here because there's no fractions. I don't like messing with fractions just as much as you don't unless it turns out nice. So we're going to use this. Y equals 2 times z. So y equals 2 times z. And then I'm just going to replace, I'm going to substitute those values in. So I get x plus 9 equals 2 parentheses 2x. I want you to recall from algebra, whenever we're substituting in something and there's another number being multiplied with it, we always put it in parentheses because you don't want to miss out on an opportunity to distribute. So we get x plus 9 equals 4x. Now it's simple. Solve for x. 2 steps. 9 equals 3x. Divide by 3. So x equals 3. So again, you can use that chart over there whenever you're doing your practice problems. It'll be very helpful. Now, let's talk about medians. Medians bisect a side. Bisect means cut in half, so that means that each piece of this side is equal to the other. So I can put a big ol' equal sign here to solve for x. So I now know that 12 equals 2x minus 6. I'm going to add 6 to both sides. Divide by 2, so x equals 9. So there we go. Here's your lesson on the medians in a triangle. So go ahead and if you want, look over anything you had trouble with, ask questions. Once you feel comfortable, do those practice problems, because this video is done.